NATO members have pledged their support for an irreversible path to future membership for Ukraine, as well as more aid. While a formal timeline for it to join the military alliance was not agreed at a summit in Washington, the group's 32 members said they had unwavering support for Ukraine's war effort. NATO has also announced further integration with Ukraine's military, and members have committed €40 billion in aid in the next year, including long-requested US-built F-16 fighter jets and air defence support. Our correspondent Jenny Kumar gave us this update from Washington.
Language of the declaration around membership may be seen as more binding and more positive, that talk of an irreversible path and the bridge to membership, but there may be some disappointment about the lack of a clear timetable and a clear invite for membership. Last year, when the declaration was made, President Zelensky expressed discontentment at what was declared, but this time he's tweeted about his appreciation of the package of support that's been announced, which includes more air defence support, something that the president has been lobbying for some time to counter Russia's dominance in the air. And it comes just a few days after a series of strikes which resulted in 40 people being killed in Ukraine. So there will be a sense that that is a victory, but behind the scenes, two main issues not officially on the agenda, but very much dominating discussions. One is the prospect of Donald Trump becoming president in the November elections, and what that would mean for the future of NATO. He's been a critic of the alliance, has criticised the amount of members for not spending enough on defence, and also has been a critic of support for Ukraine. The other issue going on in the background is President Biden and concerns around his age and suitability to continue in the race. There has been, for the first time, a senior Democrat coming forward and publicly expressing his concern, as well as the article written by the Hollywood star and a big fundraiser for the Democrat Party, George Clooney, also raising concerns and suggestion from an old friend, Nancy Pelosi, the former speaker and friend of President Biden, who has also suggested that he should maybe reconsider his insistence on continuing to stand for the presidency.
For more on how Ukraine has welcomed the announcement of additional military support from NATO's leaders, here's our correspondent in Kyiv, James Waterhouse.
Here lies the difficult balancing act for President Zelensky and his government. Sounding grateful for what they have received, and that's not to be dismissed when you have concrete pledges of F-16 fighter jets, which seem to be closer to their arrival in the Ukrainian skies. You have sizable offerings from the Netherlands, the European Union, and of course the announcement on much needed air defence systems. But Ukraine is also looking to push for more. But in these parts, Western help is seen through the lens of being a binary choice for Ukraine's allies. Either help Ukraine and give it a chance of winning this war, or don't and allow it to fall to Russia. And I think going into this summit, there was a cap on expectation, because in the words of the Romanian president, Kyiv has only received half of what it asked for in terms of all of that weaponry. And what it really doesn't have, despite the announcement of an irreversible path to membership for Ukraine, is a timeline. More than 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago, Ukraine was promised NATO membership. That has yet to arrive. Ukraine desperately wants all the benefits of membership. It wants Western boots on the ground here to help repel Russia's invasion. But Ukraine's long known that's not going to happen anytime soon. So the question now, in a week where we've seen unprecedented missile strikes, the targeting of a children's hospital, where infrastructure is being hit once more, we have a scenario where Ukraine is hoping these security agreements, these promises of military aid and the delivery of military aid will be enough in the absence of what it dearly wants, those concrete guarantees of NATO membership, possibly European Union membership, as the country politically continues to align itself with the West. Russian aggression has meant those ambitions have yet to be realised, and it's Russian aggression which is why this full-scale war continues to be waged and the country pays the price it does. Clearly, there is sympathy among Western allies, and clearly they're keen to back that up with sizable promises. But I think Ukraine is also managing its own expectations in the absence of tangible battlefield progress.